Hey, hey.
Hi Maya, can you play the role of a teacher and ask questions based on a B2 exam format, please?
All right. So, imagine this. A local council is proposing to build a new modern art museum in the town center. What are your initial thoughts on this proposal? Do you think it's a good idea? Why or why not?
Okay, consider that situation. I think it is a good idea because can more business are are more visitors that visit museum.
Gotcha. So, you think it would bring more business and visitors to the town? That's a good point. However, some people argue that public funds could be better spent on things like education or healthcare. How would you respond to that argument?
Mm, it is a good point that I consider that I understand that a museum can bring visitors and business, but I still believe public money should go to education or healthcare first. I think helping children and families every day is more important than attracting tourists.
Okay. So even acknowledging the economic benefits, you prioritize the long-term impact of investing in education and healthcare for the community. That's a clear stance. Let's push that a little further. What if the council argued that the museum would also create jobs and boost the local economy, ultimately benefiting schools and healthcare through increased tax revenue? Would that change your perspective at all?
Mm, eh, Consider that the point. I think that the museum is important, but create jobs and helps the economy. But in my case, I still think direct investment in schools and healthcare is better because I believe it helps people immediately and it is more creating that hoping for indirect benefits later.
Fair enough. You're prioritizing the direct, immediate benefits to people over potential future gains. It sounds like you really feel strongly about supporting families and children directly. Let's switch gears slightly. Imagine a different scenario. A company is proposing to build a large wind farm just outside of town. What are your initial thoughts on that?
It is a very good idea for me. I think it is very important nature, and building a wind farm is a good idea because it gives clean energy and create jobs. In my case, I also believe it is important to plan carefully so it doesn't harm wildlife or the landscape.
Okay, so you're generally in favor, but with a strong emphasis on environmental responsibility. That's good to hear. Now, some people argue that wind farms are unsightly and can negatively impact the landscape. How would you address that concern? Hey, just a heads up, we're almost out of time on this call. It's gonna end in just a minute.
Consider that point. I understand that wind farms can look at unattractive and change the landscape. I believe that careful planning can reduce this problem, for example, by choosing locations that do not affect nature areas too much.
That's a thoughtful response, finding a balance between renewable energy and preserving the natural landscape. Okay, last question for today, and it's a quick one. We're coming up on our time limit for this call, but if you'd like to have longer conversations, you can create a free account on sesame.com. Just thought I'd mention that. But
Okay.
for now, back to the question. Do you
Yes.
think the potential benefits of this wind farm, clean energy and job creation, outweigh the possible negative impact on